And I'm actually going to get right into it. And you really want to know how. You know, how can I blaze my own path? How can I be successful? How can I follow the path that someone else has laid for me to be successful?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 216 of Campus Cuts. Today, I got a special guest. I got one of my best friends, one of my homies, one of my A1 day ones. I'm talking about going back all the way to 6th grade. I'm talking about when this kid was like, was still a little bit, but then also the transformation. Talking about somebody that thinks like an entrepreneur always has his hand in something. This man is content creator, YouTuber, graphic designer, marketer, like creative. Bro, this guy, whoa! Guys, yeah. I'm always impressed by him and always what he's doing. Also investor, he's over there, messing around with the money, making money work for him. This is my boy, Fahim. What's up, Bill?
Hey, what's good, G, bro? You're gassing me up way too much, man. It's a Thursday, dog. You're making me feel like it's a Friday. Chill. How you been, bro? It's been a minute.
That's good. I know. But I'm so glad that we were able to get this on.
Bro, for real. I remember that day, that first day, bro, when you mentioned, yo, Fahim, I'm going to start a podcast. Give me some tips. How am I going to start this journey? I still remember that day, bro. And you're what? On episode 218? Sir, it is an honor.
16,
this
bro.
Is an honor, bro. 216. Hey, 218 coming. It's in the mix, bro.
Nah, dude. But yeah, you actually, guys, I just want to tell everybody, Fahim was the very first one that actually inspired me to do the podcast, since he invited my bro, one of my best friends, one of my best bros, JJ, my training partner, and I on his podcast, or video cast YouTube channel. This guy is actually very talented, and he's honestly not putting in as much time as he should into his craft.
Hey, I gotta stay humble, bro.
Hey. But ever since the day that you interviewed us, it's been awesome. I'm just like, bro, I really love what he's doing, and I want to do the same thing back on my campus. But this Campus Cuts has completely turned global, which is so crazy, just by people listening all over the world. And it's crazy how this one single idea has just absolutely exploded.
For real. Hey, small moves make big waves, bro. Small moves make big waves.
You inspire me, bro. You inspire me. You inspire me on this journey.
Hey, I strive to be as big as I want, bro.
So, of course, basically the rundown of Campus Cuts is a podcast of a multi-generational and multicultural show that includes just different perspective. Really, what it was I kind of used student government as leverage.
Okay.
Because as leverage for me to be able to put this as a platform. So I used to serve as the director of diversity for Baylor University and student on the executive branch, but now I'm actually being moved up to director of communication.
Oh, shoot.
So, because they really said, oh, this guy is really killing it, and that's what I want to do.
We need this guy up here, bro.
It's still the same thing. Still embracing diversity, still embracing that, but now on a global scale, like how on a more of not cool, but a campus scale, how can we be able to get this outreach? But I'm just like, okay, that's cool. But how can we get this bigger, more than just the college mind or just Baylor campus? Because I'm talking, you and I, we both have networks that are way grander, and we're only going to be in college for 4 years.
Who knows how long?
Who knows how long? For a short amount of period of time, and then after that, it's like, okay, will it just still be Campus Cuts? So now it's just really just Campus Cuts, just a conversation, it's still multi-generational, multicultural, having different perspectives on the show, and being able to talk about stuff, what's going on in the world, everything like that, because it's honestly been inspired by The Shop by LeBron James.
Oh yeah, bro, you're setting yourself a legacy right now, bro.
And legacy dumb.
Hey, chill, bro. Hey, with this new podcast, bro, you're in the live video, live footage, bro. You're paving up, bro. That's a huge step up now.
It is a huge step up. I was never really able to. We were talking off air, but never to figure out the elements, because I did have a camera, but I wasn't sure how to get it set up. I was actually talking to a guy, and then he wasn't able to do the first episode and fell through. And I'm just like, you know what? I just gotta get started before this idea dies. because it's
Yeah.
one way to get an idea, but then if you're not executing on it, it's just
It's
dead.
not going to go anywhere.
It's not gonna go anywhere.
Exactly.
So found Anchor, then after that, boom, exploded.
Man, bro, your hustle, your creativity, bro, your mentality, bro. I aspire to be like that, bro.
Bro, you inspire me. Anyway, okay, instead of like, okay, it's all you, bro. Let's jump
All
into
right.
the episode. So very first thing is, your basic information. What is your name, your year, your major, and your hometown? And what institution do you go to, and why did you choose it?
Yeah, say less. So my name is Fahim Ahamed, first gen American, brown American.
Yeah.
Let's see. I go to UNT, University of North Texas, home of the Eagle. Even though I barely go to my own campus, I'm a fake. I'm gonna say it myself. I'm majoring in marketing and I'm minoring in data science. I currently work at MTX, which is a Salesforce company. So basically, we create services for other companies to utilize, and from there, it creates like a networking system. Basically, kind of like it's a platform system in a way. We're currently invested with the COVID-19. We're creating portals for different governments and hospitals to utilize that information from one department to the other. What else you want to know?
No, man. So why do there's a lot that we can just get out just from right there from that introduction. But
Yeah,
what you said was, marketing and data science.
yeah.
That in itself, bro. Why do you think it was so important for you to be able to do marketing? Because it's so funny because you've always been like a salesperson. You've always been marketing. Like you've talking about
That's just
talking
the
about
thing.
brand.
Yo, that's just the thing. I'm gonna get into it.
Talking about branding since we were like 7th grade, 8th grade. Like, hey guys, we talk about your brand. Everybody's like, what the heck? Shut up, bro.
Bro, if you break down the term marketing in itself, marketing is basically selling in a way. Selling is basically marketing. Marketing is basically selling. Like if you were to put it in Spark Notes. So the way you put yourself out there, the way you advertise or brand things, it's all through marketing. And the fact if someone wants it or not, that whole habitual aspect of, hey, this is a pen, this is what it can do. Now, when you take that to point B, that's when you're selling it. So in a sense, marketing and sales, they almost fall under hand in hand. But if you take it into like a more definition or like a more technical aspect, then yes, sales is going to be more like technical and analytical, while marketing is going to be more creative, more on the more practical thinking side. But hey, at the end of the day, bro, I like what I do, man. I get to talk to people.
Yeah. So why do you think marketing, or why do you think those skills, that skill set is so important for us, for just anybody, any individual to have to utilize it?
I mean, it's soft skills, bro. Everyone's gonna have soft skills in some point of their life. I mean, if you look at when we were kids, we were basically salesmen from a very early age. Hey mom, I want a chocolate bar. Why? Because I'm hungry. You're basically selling that chocolate bar concept to your mom so she could buy it for you. So now if you were to take that into a larger scale, whether if it's consumer or business to consumer or business to business, you're basically doing the same thing as you did as a child, but just on a bigger scale. More information, more research, more data. And that's where my minor comes into play. So with data science, we're in a technology realm, and AI is it's taking us from one stage to the next. So with the data science mentality, you can do more jobs, right? So let's say if I solely just did marketing, I could get replaced, right? If I go into a firm creating designs for a concept, and if there's another guy that can do that and IT service at the same time, dude, that's two birds with one stone. So it's a nice asset to have.
Yeah. That's really, really dope, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just in terms of that, you are right. We are in a technology realm, especially more of in a technology day and age, especially with the way that COVID has just pushed everything that was coming, but even just like propelled. I mean, even though like talk about how the utilization of what AI is from your understanding, and whether it's a you feel like it's a positive thing or a negative thing, and how are people able to put more of an ethical means of utilizing that concept, that technology, for hopefully just great principles and making sure that we are giving out a good product in a way that's going to help people in the long run.
Oh, dude, now that's a good question. I mean, I guess it just depends on what perspective you're taking from. There's always a good side and there's always a bad side to everything, right? If you look at it on a positive note, I mean, we're going back to your first question, what is AI? It's basically, it's mining data in a way of creating a new reality where information is easier to process and to basically grab. So AI can range from something like, let's say a portal that scans the city, right, for fire hydrants, right? Let's say there's a broken fire hydrant on City Lane 1, and it's someone's job to basically find and replace every single one of them. Instead of going from lane 1 to lane 2 on a daily route just to figure out which one's broken, this AI platform could easily scan the city. People could always like opt in and put notes on Google Maps, for example, saying, hey, this fire hydrant is broken, or this one's broken, or just a simple like car passing by with a sensor will be able to scan all these informations, putting them into a platform where one can just easily grab the information. So it just makes our lives a lot easier when it comes to collecting data and basically utilizing that data into some other product or some kind of solution. And I think it's a good thing. And in some ways, to an extent, it does make our lives a lot easier when it comes to like collecting data, like I mentioned before, creating different solutions at that point. We kind of mentioned earlier before this podcast how you could always recycle content and brand it and rebrand it. Same thing with AI. And in a sense, you could always have like a base of a platform, and then you could always add other things to it. For example, let's say you work at Best Buy. You could use the same AI platform that helps you sort inventory, and then you could always reuse that base to like, again, create that fire hydrant inventory where you just supplement information, but still get a solution with similar grounds, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. And then, so what are some of the negatives, or what are some of the things that, I guess, I don't want to say worry. I don't like the word worry, but some of the things like that concern you, with this technology?
Man, I think it's just the privacy of people.
Yeah.
Because it's not that hard to mine data, especially from like private sectors or just private information of people, because everything is stored online in the cloud, and to just access that, all it takes is a couple of firewalls to fall down and bam, it's been breached. But I mean, it just depends on who's using the software, right? It could be for good intent or bad intent. It could be the same platform. It just depends on the user. I mean, I saw this one video. It was like a range of like where we're at technology wise. So let's say this is like Tamadashi, the stuffed robot animal, right? That's being level 1. And then all the way up here is like nuclear technology warfare, right? I would say we're probably like somewhere up here, bro. Like we're close. Elon Musk even mentioned it. He was like, someone was interviewing Elon Musk saying, hey, with all this technology progressing, do you think we should be scared for like the upcoming future? And Elon Musk goes, you should be afraid right now. With all the drones, all the AI technology that we currently have right now, we could easily take out an entire nation, but we're deciding not to. So you should be afraid of what we have now rather than worrying about the future. So, hey, technology, man, it's how you use it.
Yeah, especially. And, the one thing I actually was reading off of Robinhood, I was doing investing and all that stuff. And I came across an article about Jeff Bezos and how he did in terms of how he was able to continue to grow his stock and grow Amazon. But they actually were able to breach into small businesses, be able to get their data. And now they're utilizing them in order to, beat the products. Like, it's this sense of a wolf, a man that is already the richest man in the world. I don't know the man. Lord willing, I'm gonna be with it. I'm gonna meet with him today.
Hey, one day, bro.
If I'm not dead, he's not dead. It's cool. Like, I believe that because I believe that I'm gonna be up there. But it's just like some sort of level of, I guess, I don't want to call it ego, but I mean, if you're the top man in the world, and you're looking into other people's small practices that are just trying to have like an honest living, and then after that you take it, and then after that flip it. I mean, it's such business, you leverage it, but that's just a little bit like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
But what about the fact that he's created hundreds and hundreds of thousands of jobs for other individuals?
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon's created multiple jobs. He's created like online affiliate programming. He's created warehouse, transportation, distribution, logistics. He's created a lot, but there's always a downside. You know how every employee that works at Amazon, they have to pay a tax cut. My bad. Let me turn off the TV. Like they all have to pay like an employee's tax cut, and eventually that helps him in the long run. Have you heard about, man, what is up with my TV? Have you heard about how Amazon basically paid $0 in federal state tax income?
Oh yeah. And I was like, whoa.
Right? I thought so too. I did some research. So apparently it's I guess you could say it's fake news in a way. So they did pay $0, but the way they do it is a little bit more complicated, right? So basically, let's say the best way I can explain it is, let's say you're a business, right? You just opened up your own business, and within your first year, you lost $100 worth of profit.
Yeah.
Right. Second year comes by, and you make up that $100, right? So you basically made up the money that you lost. So therefore, you have a zero pending. So it kind of like cancels out in a way. So in a sense, Amazon basically owed that much money, or they lost that much money. And so when that year came, they basically made up for that profit. So in a way, they didn't really lose money or make money. So that's why they reported $0 in federal tax income. Right?
Wow.
But man,
that's crazy.
There has to be some kind of I always think, man, if someone can order a toothpick, a bell pepper, and a dog toy from Amazon and expect it to be in front of their house within 4 minutes, there has to be a downside to that.
Oh, absolutely.
It can't be that true. It can't be that good to be true.
I mean, of course, it's just the name of the game, but people got to eat. People, like, family have to eat. And it's just like, I'm understanding that as we continue just to progress and we get, I don't want to say older, but wiser in this world. And we still are articulating into the economy and just growing and figuring out our careers. You start to see like the pyramid of life.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. Like you got the people at the top, and after that, because you got your service members and all that, then you got your workers, and then after that you got your poor people. And it's like, whoa, life is a whole lot more gray than it is black and white.
Man, you start seeing things you never saw. It's kind of like when we found out Christopher Columbus wasn't really a good guy, bro. Like after that day, you just can't see things the same.
Right.
Man.
Jeez. But anyway, so you're talking about now you not only are you you mentioned Best Buy. Talk about your time when you used to work at Best Buy. You used to work from places to places, working at all these jobs.
Yeah, I worked everywhere.
You did work everywhere, and you had that hustler's mentality.
I did.
Like, first of all, where does that hustler mentality come from? And then how were you able to...
Dude, not gonna lie, bro. I wasn't always like this, bro. You've known me since 6th grade, right? Dude, I was this quiet, bashful kid who wouldn't even talk unless he was called upon, bro. Dude, I hated talking. I was the biggest introvert back then. And then one day my dad goes, yo, Fahim, you're gonna work as a cashier at TJ Maxx. And I was like, dude, I don't want to do that, bro. Just put me in the back. I would rather work in the back than the front. And I guess it's that constant like exposure to like having to talk to people. It really broke me out of my shell. Because as a cashier, you're forced to talk to people. It's in the employee policy to, hey, put on a smile, hi, hello, small talk if you have to, just get it out, right? And it's just that consistency. It just broke me out, man. But man, I think I worked from where? I think I worked at TJ Maxx. From TJ Maxx, I hopped over to Home Goods. I got a lot of my homies to work with me at Home Goods, man. That was lit. Management hated us, bro. I got like eight or nine of my homies, bro. Once college hit, we all dipped, and their employees just went downhill.
Yeah, you were
after that.
After that, 24 hours.
I was just recruiting everyone.
24-hour fitness.
From there, I worked at 24-hour fitness, and then that was insane, man. Because that's like my first exposure to sales, especially with 24-hour fitness, because we weren't selling things that were tangible. We were selling non-tangible goods. Yeah. The membership. So it's basically a promise to pay. Hey, buy a membership from us, you'll get fit. And it's a whole emotional level, because we would have people that weren't really physically fit, right? Still trying to get in, get that mentality in, and like we would just have to break them down emotionally. Wow. I remember the steps, like always encourage them. Like the biggest fight or the biggest I guess you could say goal that they just reached was just walking through the door. That's a huge milestone right there. Not many people have the courage to walk through the gym door, put themselves in an uncomfortable environment with a lot of people who may or may not be judgmental, right?
Yeah.
And to say, hey, I want to change my life. I want to get fit. Like, it opened up my eyes, right?
Yeah.
I learned how to sell, learn how to communicate on a different level, emotional level.
Yeah.
Learn how to take rejection, bro. Sales will teach you how to take no.
Boom, boom, boom.
You gotta keep going, bro. At the end of the day, bro, you might call out 50 people, and out of those 50 people, 5 might sign up, but hey, 5 is still better than 0, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just learn.
Yeah. So talk about how that rejection and that building up that muscle, being able to continue to push on. How has that, like, worked out and helped to, like, develop you as a human, as a person?
Hey, hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I first started, bro, my confidence was like it was up here at first, right? I was in that worker's high, like, yo, this is my new job. I'm gonna get all the sales, right? First day, 2 sales, 0 sales, 0. So like your confidence starts to go down because you're just getting hit left and right with no's and no's and no's. But once you start like shadowing people around you, you start asking the right questions, right? I remember I would come home and I would research how to sell memberships, how to connect with people. Once you figure out how to sell or just talk to people, you basically just break down a whole new level. One thing I realized, the second you start sounding like a salesperson, that's when people are going to be like, yeah, no, I don't want to buy from you. At the end of the day, do you want to buy from a salesman or a homie? You want to buy from a homie, right? You got to create that connection from the get-go. Hey, how are you? Where are you from? How many kids you have? Having those open-ended questions draws in more data, more information that you can reuse and basically backfire on them. I remember there was this one guy, he came in for a 3-day guest pass, and he was obese, right? He was in the phase where he wants to change his life, but he's not 100% there. And he basically he gave me all the answers. He was like, yo, I want to get fit. I want to lose this much weight. I want to lose this much weight in X amount of months. I'm like, dude, you're doing all the work for me. You're giving me all the answers that I need. We go back to my table and he's like, you know what? Just give me a 3-day guest pass. I want to feel out the gym. I want to see what this gym offers versus that gym. Dude, they're both gyms. First day, you're going to work out. Second day, you're going to get sore. Third day, you're going to be like, you know what? F it. I'm not going to come back. You said you want to lose this much weight in X amount of time. What the hell is 3 days going to do? Yeah. And he's just creating that information and that connection. That's something I learned from 24-Hour Fitness.
Wow. That's really good. And that's actually a very tangible, that is a good skill to have.
Yeah.
To connect with people. And I know, like, your network is huge. Like, you being able to connect with people actually got you set up to be working in MTX.
I tried.
Talk about that experience and, like, how were you able to meet people? Then after that, you talk about, like, legacy up in Plano. You working on this, that. Bro, you talk about, like, possibly leaving school and after that heading over to DC. Like, just.
Bro, it's been a journey. I mean, after 24, I worked at Best Buy, and then that gave me like that whole sense of selling something tangible.
Yeah.
But it's basically the same sense of 24-Hour Fitness. But one of my homies, he actually works at MTX. His brother-in-law is the CEO of the company, and he worked with me at Home Goods way back then. I remember I'm the one that gave him his first job, and then out of nowhere, my homie Imran, you remember Imran, right?
Yeah.
Man, he was like, yo, Fahim, you set me up with my first job. Why don't I set you up with your first career? And I was like, yo, say less. And so I originally applied as a business analyst intern. Yeah. So it was basically wearing 2 hats, wearing a technical hat and wearing an analytical hat. So basically breaking down what the stakeholders from other clients or from other companies want. And basically us providing them solutions for that issue within their company. Yeah. I loved it. I mean, it was boring, not gonna lie. Not really my 9 to 5 kind of thing. I like having that unpredictable nature, always, walking around, expecting new on a day-to-day basis, just working in groups. And the CMO of the company, she reached out and she was like, yo, Fahim, you said that you were majoring in marketing, right? Why don't you come over to the marketing department? And I was like, you know what, say less. Let's see how this happens. So I believe that was April. So actually, shoot, like last year, I started as a marketing intern. And then that lasted till September. And right around when my marketing internship was about to end, she goes, "Hey, Fahim, why don't you sign a contract with us and work full time?" And I was like, "Wait, I wasn't even expecting to go full time because I'm still in college. I'm a senior right now."
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, she was like, "Yo, why don't you become a full time?" And I was like, "Yo, you know what? Let's do it."
Yeah.
Thankfully, they work around my schedule. I have classes Tuesdays and Thursdays. I go to the office Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Super flexible. I get to work from home every once in a while. They gave me interns. I don't know why they gave me interns.
Oh, yo, he's possible. Yes, sir.
Bro, hey man, hey, they're really chill, man. They're always positive, always asking questions, man. Hey man, it's just, hey, I'm excited to see where life takes me next.
Yeah. So now with that exposure, you have, you said that you didn't like, that 9 to 5 thing within the sector,
Yeah.
like the business analyst. So like, what has that inspired you? You've always had an entrepreneurial mind, and that entrepreneurial mind is like, mindset has created, like for you, platforms of creativity. So do you, of course, I don't want to go too deep into your plans on a public scale when people listening. I mean,
I'll keep it vague.
But it's in the sense of, are you looking forward to creating your own business or your thing? Because of course it's good to like, get that exposure. What has the corporate life taught you? And what are some things that you would like to learn as you continue to progress in your journey? Maybe doing your own thing or anything else.
Man, corporate America. Woo. One thing I learned, bro, you could easily get Thanos snapped and replaced in the corporate life.
For real.
You could put in as much hard work and effort, right? You could come to work 20 minutes early and leave 30 minutes late, right? The second you do one miss up, you're Thanos snap, bro. You're done. You have a pending list of other people on the waiting list that could easily snatch up your position and get replaced the next day. That's just the thing about corporate life, bro. You got to put your life and soul into whatever you're doing just to stay up there. Again, it depends on what you're doing. I'm not like saying every position's like this. It's just a understatement. I mean, I have done drop shipping. Oh yeah, it's my brother. I have done drop shipping in the past with Shopify. It was nice. I did some nice income. Sold yoga pants, bought them low, sold them high.
Yeah.
It was nice. A lot of time consuming though. Yeah, I mean, I sold the company or the website, but it was nice. It was a lot of time consuming. Posting ads.
So you telling me that you had a whole website, you made a website on Shopify.
Yeah.
That you would buy yoga pants low, and then use that, and then put the MSRP suggested that, and then you would buy it, and people would actually buy.
Yeah, the thing is, I didn't have inventory. I had zero inventory, like physical inventory. So it was more like a circle kind of thing. So there was me, right, the seller.
Yeah.
The buyer would be the wholesaler, and then the customer would be the third one. So basically, it went around in a circle. So I would buy, or actually no, the customer would buy from my website, right? That would ring their credit card. I would get their payment, and then that payment would ring the wholesaler, and it would buy it off of them, and then it would basically just rinse and repeat. I would buy for $2 from the wholesaler, and then the customer would buy it for $32 from me, and then whatever money was going for the yoga pant would go to the buyer, and it would just rinse and repeat. But it took time, man. It took a lot of time.
Yeah. I know that drop shipping is definitely, I'm looking into that actually. It is definitely a profitable business once you're able to find the product. Why did you do yoga pants?
Whew, bro. Hey, who doesn't love yoga pants, man? It's one of the weirdest, bro. It's one of the weirdest products that I've done watches. I've done necklaces. I've done fanny packs. Yoga pants, for some reason, oddly enough, made the most sales out of all of them. Cause think about it, bro. We live in Texas, bro. It's hot 24/7. People work out, guys and girls. Yoga pants are a must need, right? I mean, the way I found my product, it wasn't something that I woke up and I was like, yo, you know what? I love yoga pants, bro. I'm gonna sell yoga pants. Nah, bro. I just did some research. I went on Google keywords, typed in random objects that I saw on a day-to-day basis, things that people basically never run out of. Yoga pants had the highest clicks per month. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try yoga pants. Let's see how it goes.
Wow.
It was selling good on AliExpress. That's another keyword or key finding. Go on AliExpress, find out which items are selling the most, right? And then just copy and paste that into your website. And if they're selling it, obviously you're gonna sell it in the long run too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and then after that, so you're telling me, from what I'm understanding, that they will buy from your website.
Yeah,
But to that, so the money that you would use from people's money would then go to
the
the
wholesaler. It would
wholesale.
get subtracted. So they would get $2 off of my profit, and I would make $30 in profit. Like
Wow,
I'm talking like 500% in profit.
wow, wow, wow. So like, so but then you had to do it. So you just set up a Shopify website.
Yeah, it was a Shopify website, and you just link it. So there's no extra work. So once they buy it from you, it automatically pings your credit card to buy it off of them, and it ships directly to them instead of shipping it to me. So I don't do anything when it comes to the product.
So why'd you stop?
It took time, man. Like constantly like refreshing the page, constantly like updating everything. Sometimes there would be errors every once in a while where they would be like, hey, I wanted to order this, not that. Could you give me a refund? Refund would take like whole entire day to just process through because I would have to ring up my wholesaler, tell him why I don't want the product, and if you could reship it to this address. It took way too much time, man.
But I mean,
Yeah,
once people are able to master the drop shipping, then after that it will keep.
yeah.
Wow.
I've heard people once they get to that level of doing really, really good, they basically buy everything from the wholesaler and they rebrand the product. So let's say if it's watches, if my business is doing really, really well, what I would do, I would buy like 500 watches, put my logo on the watch, make it my product, and then increase the price and then sell it directly. So that way I don't have to deal with the wholesaler.
Wow.
Like Gymshark, they started off in Shopify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, Gymshark used to be just straight up regular gym apparel. He bought the cloth, he put his logo. I don't know if you own Gymshark, but have you ever felt the quality? It's
Yeah.
not the best.
It's
It's
not
not
the
the
best.
best. There you go, bro. He bought something cheap, he wholesaled it, and then he did it into a drop shipping marketing business plan. And that's why he's banking right now, because he barely pays anything. He probably pays for like warehouse, employee cuts, and basically just marketing. But other than that, when it comes to like the cloth,
Yeah.
barely anything.
Bro, this age, bro,
You can
whoa,
do anything.
you can legit do anything. The fact that I'm doing a Zoom call and then after that also
In
recording
quarantine,
in quarantine and also in the fact that in recording with my Anchor app. So I do all my I've done it everything on my phone. My editing on
yeah,
my phone.
yeah,
I haven't really mastered the computer yet. So, like, it's so like the moment I start learning my computer this summer and the editing
yeah.
Premiere and Pro, bro, it's about to be scary.
Man, if you're not dropping an episode a day, bro, don't even talk to me, bro.
Bro. You know what, dude? You know, I would actually get an episode, then record it, like send it out to my friends. Boom, boom, boom. Then after that, say, hey,
Man.
friends, send it out. And there was one day I recorded 6 episodes, and they're like, yo, hold up,
Woo!
hold up. So then now after that, I was like, okay, I can strategize with that. I can strategize. So now instead of 1 episode every day, now 1 episode every week, because that gives that want factor. Like, okay, you don't want to get too full with the one.
Yeah,
To be able to taste different stuff, and you know, the content that I'm creating is, you know, very substantial, has a lot of value, and has a lot of
yeah.
conversation. So you know what, I don't want that small talk. Like it's gonna be 30
Value, bro.
minutes.
That's something a lot of people are missing, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, you're talking like a business major, bro. Wait, you're a neurosurgeon major, you're a neuroscience major, was a
Theater major.
theater minor.
No. Neuroscience and theater arts double major.
Oh,
Entrepreneurship minor.
shoot. Whoo. Wait, so why don't you break down what your day-to-day basis looks like? Because you're making it sound like you got hella free time, bro. How does your day look like, bro? With all that noise in the background, how do you manage to put out so many podcasts in a day while focusing on class, your homies, your life, the gym? Because I know you run. You're doing track 2021 Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Dude, how do you manage your time, bro?
I tell all my friends, God and time management. Granted, that really just came from what you call it, from North Hills, our school, that Cursis school. Oh my God! But I mean, they were actually pretty adamant in terms of creating a small enough community where the kids
Yeah.
were able to try as much as they wanted to do. But then, of course, your main focus was academics, right? Because that was the school was known for. But it's just
Yeah.
understanding, like, it's so corny. But the IB really taught me, IB program really taught me the stuff of like, all right, how can I be a risk taker? How can I be open-minded? How can I be
Yeah.
all these things. So of course, the very first thing that I do when I wake up is I go to the source, I pray, and I do my meditation.
Yes, sir.
And I say I'm grateful and thankful for everything I've done. I'm not saying that, hey, I'm gonna get everything done on my list, right? But just the fact, dude, remember how they used to tell us put it on a planner? A lot
Yeah.
of adults don't have that skill.
Man, how? It's like a basic need, bro. It's like going grocery shopping. If you don't have a list, you're gonna end up wandering for hours and picking up stuff you never needed.
And exactly. And see, the key is though, you don't have to do everything in one day. And it's
Yeah.
like I read this book by Cal Newport, I think How to Win in College. Honestly, I study 30 minutes each subject, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just 30 minutes. Break it up in incremental things. If I'm able to if I already know it and if I have a good grasp on it, great, dope. I sleep before 10 p.m. I
Yeah.
wake up around anywhere between 4 a.m. to like 6:30, understanding that to capitalize, right?
6 hours of sleep. Got it.
So, I mean, honestly, like, sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'll sleep at 9:30, wake up at 5:30, wake up at 4. Like, it's just all this stuff is like, hey, if I'm in, also, the mornings for me are key, especially working at that time, because no one's blowing up my phone. No one's blowing up
Exactly.
my phone at 4 a.m.
Less distractions. Less distractions.
Put everything down, write it down, and then after that, just build up my list. Because just crossing stuff off that list.
Satisfaction, bro.
Yeah.
You get that dopamine, bro.
That dopamine is, oh man, that's done. Check. And it's just.
Wait, I'm gonna pause you real quick. You mentioned God.
Yeah.
I read somewhere. What was it? It was like when goal setting, if you don't have God as your number one factor, good luck. Just straight up good luck, bro. Good luck with all the goals you have on that list because it's not happening, bro.
I mean, shoot, and the thing is, bro, the beauty of it is like, I don't care who you are. I don't care what religion that you subscribe to.
God is God.
Dude, let me tell you, bro, there is a supreme creator that has created all of us. It's not like we just came out of thin air. And there's some things that don't happen in your life because saying that you did it. Like, dude, I mean, that's why I'm just like, bro, I mean, shout out to God.
You gotta be open-minded, bro.
You gotta be open-minded. And that's the one thing I do love about our school. So, and after that, it's just like, man, it's all fun. Everything I'm doing. Because think about it, where I want to go specifically in the future, it incorporates psychology. It incorporates the science and the understanding of the brain. It incorporates storytelling. People are moved by stories, and also incorporates business and understanding that, okay, entrepreneurship, okay, I need to know the law, or how does this design make my brain feel? What kind of reaction? And after that, how am I able to tell a story through this thing? Oh, by the design, or how this jargon, how I'm able to be able to understand it. Then after that, present it to people. Theater's just not about shows, right? Because art is the existence of, is just a reflection of what society is going through. So you have all these coming into play and understanding how, like, I'm at least have some specialization in this, but that creates me an opportunity to connect with somebody else that knows more about that. But then we have this basis of working with collaboration with one another. I mean, that's how I think. People are thinking, it could be one mind, whatever. But I'm like, when you are open-minded and creative, that's where you win.
Your portfolio is so diverse, bro. I can't even fathom. Yo, you're going 100 miles per hour, bro. Like, literally, you got ice in your veins, Kobe, bro. Like, dude, 10 years from now, dude, I'm telling you, you're going to look back, right? And you'll be like, yo, how did I end up where I am right now? And you're going to go, I'm calling it right now in, podcast 216?
Yeah.
I'm saying it right now in podcast 216, bro. You're going to make a huge impact. I'm calling it right now, bro. You're going to make big moves.
Man, bro.
And you're going to come back to episode 216 and you're going to be like, yo, Fahim called it.
Yeah.
He called it, bro.
Bro, you've been calling it since day one, bro. Since day one. But you know what? Now I want to go on to the next topic. One thing that you mentioned is diversity. Well, this podcast was really the basis of it was diversity, right? Because that's the initiative. But see, for me, diversity is just the expression of thoughts, ideas, people, human, just being a whole being. That's
Yeah.
my personal definition, and also creating equitable opportunity for people to have a seat at the table, discuss different ideas, disagree, agree. I'm like, bro, this was really inspired by London Real,
Ooh.
Valuetainment, like just all these other podcasts that I listen to and seeing like, oh man, they all have a commonality of being able to express themselves of diverse viewpoints. But anyway,
Yeah.
coming back, so you mentioned you are a brown man, a first generation brown man in America.
Yes, sir.
Like, just like talk about what do those labels? Of course, I do. You don't want to label things, but you need to put some sort of identification,
Yeah.
right? So how has your identity shaped the world at this point?
First generation American brown, bro. Born and raised in Carrollton. Heart rest in Bangladesh, bro. Dude, it's been a journey, bro, because the thing is, I'm the eldest in the family too, so I have a lot on my shoulder, right?
Right.
So when it comes to like just trying new things, I'm a guinea pig at the end of the day because I'm the eldest. My parents are just doing just as much as I did when I grew up. So just finding who you are as a person, I don't think I came to realization like my true nature up until I think high school, bro. Dude, I never really had like a solid group. I would always be bouncing from one group to the other. Like, I guess you could say I was a people pleaser, right? Always doing like the greatest amount just to get people to be like, yo, you know what? That's dope. But never really anything to benefit me in the long run. Um, I don't know, man. I think it's taught me a lot. Like going back to sales, like just taking rejection. Like I don't think taking rejection back then was something I couldn't have handled up until now if it weren't for everything that I went through. Is this something I wanted to change? Hell no. Dude, I am who I am because of what I went through. Um, man, the culture, like it keeps adding layers, man. Again, it comes down to perspective. Like thankfully, like I grew up in a household where I wasn't really like, forced into like growing into something I didn't want to be. My parents, they were like, yo, do whatever you want to do in life. Just make sure whatever you do, you're just financially stable. It doesn't matter if you want to be a ballerina, a musician, artist. As long as you're financially stable and you're close to God, say less. You're
Mm,
fine.
mm. And I like that, but like you believe in God too. Um, I
Yeah.
I want you more how like your intake, because I know a Baylor, there's a lot of Christians,
Oof.
but then
Yeah.
Christians. I will consider myself Christian, but more of like the spiritual aspect, understanding like the
Hey,
teaching.
we're all one. Yeah, we're all one. Yeah.
And so now
A lot
like,
of similarities.
but then you are Muslim, and I want to get
Yeah.
your perspective of what it means to be a brown Muslim man in America,
Yeah.
because of course, especially after 2016. Well, actually, like, no, not even that. Talk about like coming from 2011 and understand
Yeah.
how is it like being able to navigate that. And also, I remember like, bro, we were really honestly very racist back when we were in middle school and high school.
Yeah. I mean, whew, I don't think I've ever experienced anything racist. Like ever. Like I'm like fortunate for not having any kind of experiences like that. But man, I don't know if is it because of the school that we went to? Because everyone we were just really comfortable with each other. So
Yeah.
it was tough love in a sense. It
Yeah,
wasn't, hey, you're Muslim, bro. I'm gonna attack you. Nah, bro. Like
like
we
more
knew.
jokes. But then jokes were like from the outside. Now we're older. We're like, oh, we can't say "Allah Akbar," and like, bro, the jokes that we made. Whoa.
Bro, back then it was tough love, bro. But man, I don't think I've ever experienced anything racist.
Mm.
The community that I was raised upon, the people that I surrounded myself with, like we were all like-minded individuals, man. Never really had anything racist. I think no, actually no, I take that back. The closest thing to racism was probably at H&M. Yeah, but dude, it was funny. Like I was laughing. Like I took it in a good manner. I remember I went to H&M and I was buying this was fall 2019, I think. I
Yeah,
went to buy a bomber jacket, right? Because yo, bomber jackets, yo, they be stylish, bro.
yeah.
No collars, like, dude, the flannels and stuff. I went and there was this one elderly, like old lady, right? She was working. I couldn't find any bomber jackets. So I go up to her and I'm like, hey, do you know if you could point me to the direction of bomber jackets? And she literally stared at me for like a couple of seconds. And it took me like a couple of seconds too. And I was like, oh, okay. bomber jackets because I'm brown. Okay, you know what? I'll go look for them myself. If I find anything that I like, I'll call you out. But it was funny, man. I laughed. Other than that, dude, thankfully I haven't experienced anything racist.
Yeah, but then like, the depiction that is usually brought like in the media, like, on TV,
Yeah,
how does that stuff make you feel? Especially like the news saying, okay, like ISIS and they're so bad and all this stuff. I mean, of course,
yeah.
we just we tune out of it, but like, for you, how does that like, and of course, Islam is not about what the mainstream media really just
Yeah,
portrays.
not at all. Yeah, it's the exact opposite, man.
So, like, talk about that, just a relationship and being able to grow that up in some of these conversations that you have with your family, your community.
Yeah,
Also being an advocate of loving people and loving light the way that God has created you to be.
man. I think dude, it's been a roller coaster because I remember, in elementary, I was the only brown kid in elementary, and
Yeah.
right after that, that's when I came into North Hills in 6th grade. So it was like a complete 360, being a minority in a school to becoming a majority in a school where there's barely anyone else other than like your own skin, your own culture, your own ideals. It is a 360 because I remember it started off with this whole denial phase where people would be like, hey, how come your mom's wearing a hijab? Or hey, how come you don't eat pork? Or hey, how come you guys do this and we don't do that? Like that whole denial phase came through, and I was like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm not any of those people, bro. And then I think that phase of going into North Hills and seeing all these other people that share similar beliefs really like opened me up, and I was like, you know what? I think I can finally be who I want without getting like some kind of like backlash of, hey, what you're doing is wrong. You got to do it this way. But instead, we could all share one belief and just help each other grow. And I think that really it really pushed me. And then joining MSA in North Hills really gave me a whole new appreciation of praying in general in public. Because back then, dude, it felt like a norm, right? Doing something that not many people do on the public. But now we're all openly doing something that we not see as socially acceptable as one. And it kind of like, it motivates you in a sense. Like right now, dude, I'm so close to God right now, dude. Like just my whole circle of friends have changed. Like everyone around me, like, dude, like we're all like supporting each other. And I love that.
Wow, that's awesome, bro. Like,
Yeah.
talk, like, it's just so interesting how you are the company that you keep.
Yeah, exactly.
And so now with that, like that transition from, so you're saying how you're so close to God, you're actually in this time of Ramadan.
Yeah.
So like,
We actually break fast in like an hour.
okay, turn out, hey, so
Hey.
hey, you're about to, like you said, okay, you mentioned that how your circle of friends changed. Like, what was it about being in an environment where you were not able to really publicly talk about your faith, to now, like, like, hey, man, I'm so
We
glad.
turn up all, dude, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Man, like I feel like we both have like similar tastes in friend groups, like so very similar. Like we come from very similar upbringings too, so I feel like you can relate too. Um, you know the whole saying where you could have people but still feel like you're lonely, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, too. That's an emotional feeling that no one wants to experience, right? Even if you say you have friends or like a huge group, but at the end of the day, if you're not being like welcomed, accepted, it's useless, bro. I would rather have $1 than 100 pennies, right? It's that whole mentality of finding people who are like-minded, people that can push you to do better, while also giving you tough love, correcting you where you have flaws, but still, feel loved at the end of the day,
So you didn't have that before.
I mean, I did, not gonna lie. I mean, I did. It's just not as many.
Yeah.
Not to the level where I like it should be. Like,
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
that is so interesting, man.
And I feel like college, I'm telling you, after high school, you find who your real friends are. You just find more people after college. Like you probably relate to college in general. It's a whole different lifestyle.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
it is, man. And just like it opened up a lot. And the one thing, bro, that I really love about you and Abi and Veda is that we're still together. Like we still talk like all the time. Whenever we can, always catching up. It doesn't matter. But I mean, I always loved how he always made the time. Y'all always made the time to come down to Baylor to visit me, visit
Man, I
Sonya,
miss those. I
visit
miss
Sonya.
those
Like,
days.
just that in itself is just it is a testament to your heart and how you are so like how you thrive and you love community. Why do you feel like community
Yeah,
is important for somebody like you?
dude, 100%. The way I see like any kind of community or any kind of friendship, even if you guys don't communicate for X amount of time, if that vibe is still the same from the day you left it off, dude, it can survive anything, bro. Like we would have days where we wouldn't communicate with each other for days or weeks, but the second we reconnect, the energy's still the same, bro. There's no awkwardness, there's no bitterness or anything, man. Like I cherish friendships like that where it's not forced, it's not a one-way zone. Like we all get it. Like we got busy. At the end of the day, if that same energy is still there, man, that's where it's at. And I feel like this reflects back in like the community that you're upbringing too. Just people around you, the vibes. Um, it brings you up. It gives you a new whole perspective on life and everything around you.
Wow, that's incredible, man. So I got these big questions towards the end of the show that I usually
Say
ask
less.
guests, man. So my first big pick question is, what would you like to see change in the United States from your perspective? Just like it's not like it can be anything, one thing. Like, what would you like to see change?
What would I like to see change? Um, Man, who was the runner up for the presidential debate? Yao Ming? Was it Yao Ming or President Yao? Andrew Yao? I'm confusing.
Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang. Oh my God, bro. Dude, hey, I forget, bro. I
No,
forget. Anyway, bro, I feel like we should promote more stimulus packages, bro.
yeah.
Like all of a sudden we're promoting just beneficial packages for everyone that's not doing so well because of COVID-19. And the fact that he mentioned it prior to his election and they were like, yeah, no, that's not going to work out. I feel like just creating more economic growth would be a great thing. Um, just creating environments where people could just overall create an open space and just have no like prejudice or any kind of judgment. I feel like just more of that would open up more doors in any community. Um, Man, I guess yeah, that's all that's coming to my mind right now.
That's good. Now,
Yeah.
I see you got a lot of albums. I see some classics up there. You got
Woo!
John
Yes,
Bellion, you got
sir.
Jay Smith, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, you got
Man.
Migos, you got Kanye, Kanye,
Woo!
J.
I
Cole.
got all the
Oh
OGs,
man,
bro.
just like
Have you heard Drake's new album?
yeah, it's okay.
I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard it yet, bro.
It's
What are your expectations, man?
I mean, with anything, man, like Drake is the biggest artist of the 2010s and now merging into the 2020s. I feel like Travis
Yeah.
Scott is gonna definitely be that thing that's gonna he's not gonna he's Travis Scott is gonna like take over the 2020
He's been blowing up from
where
his starts now.
yes, where Drake was more late 2000s to now 2010s. That's his domain. I think it was okay. I enjoyed some of the tracks. He's so versatile, and I have nothing but respect for him and just his creativity. So
Yo, say
I mean,
less.
it's always a Drake listen. I'm like, okay, yeah, you got his little slow songs, but the hype stuff and him always. The one thing I
It
love
always
about Drake
hits.
is how he always has a beginning mind, and that's like something I'm always adapting to as well.
Yeah.
Having a beginner's mentality. And how he was able to take drill music. It was mostly drill based. So you got UK drill, you got New York drill, you got all this stuff and all these different tastes of music. See how he was able to do all that stuff with the Caribbean, R&B, singer songwriting, all these tunes, and how he's able to continue. That's how Drake became global because he didn't stick to one thing. I'm about to go on a rant, but I don't like people that
He
say
never really had his own voice. He never really had his own voice till what was it I'm tripping on the album name. Was it Thank You?
Thank You Later.
Thank You Later. It wasn't up until that album when he finally found like his true voice. And it was after that album when he actually took off, right?
Yep. It was after that
Yeah.
album. After that it was the album with Marvin's Room, and then after that
Yeah.
boom boom he just blew
Man.
up. I remember listening to old Drake with the comeback season mixtape.
Ooh.
Like, he's still out of Vegas. Oh my gosh! And
Man, J. Cole, he was the first for me. J.
oh
Cole was the first for me.
yeah. So now who? Okay, so who's your favorite artist? So if you could sit down with one artist, who would that be? And what was the one question that you would ask them?
It would have to be J. Cole, bro. Man, his music, like early J. Cole, like, dude, it was something that you would have to like sit down and think. It
Yeah.
made you think.
Yeah.
And this guy, bro, you could feel his emotion whenever he would be rapping.
Yeah.
Like one question I would ask him would probably be, how much did you have to give in order to get? Because dude, with his whole dollar and a dream mentality, bro, it paved a movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did. So what are the top 3 things that you would tell your younger self?
Top 3 things.
Yeah.
Stress less, eat more, and just stay more just physically fit, bro. Stick at the gym, bro.
But you made it to
Stress
the gym.
less.
You made it to the gym. You cut it. You got.
Bro, I'm still trying to lean down, bro. I'm trying to get like you, Mr. Olympian out here.
Bro, nah,
Just stress less in general, bro. Life is not about stress. And dude, we're not even at that age where we should be stressing this much.
Yeah.
Leave that for like the old age. Right now, we're experimenting. We're vibing right now.
Experimenting. And I feel like maybe North Hills kind of really dove deep into that, like this idea of stress. Because, you know, we had a lot of first generation American kids that had all these expectations to be like, you know, really trying to push.
Yeah.
So but I realized, man, like, we're still very young. Like
Yeah.
what Gary Vee saying, or a lot of people saying, we have a lot of life to live. Like, life is short but long. We have more time than we realize. Doesn't mean like time just to mess around, but you have more time to start something, start over, and just open the path out. Like, too many times we have society really trying to tell us what to do.
We got zero baggage, bro. Zero risk. We can do whatever we want. This is the time to mess up.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? People act like they're 40 when they're 20, but once they turn 40, they act like they're 20. That's a heavy thing to sleep on.
That is a heavy thing to sleep on, because too many times we're chasing that paper or that idea. Once I make it now, then I can, after that, like, nah, bro, you can start saving young. And
you can rest.
You can
rest.
Like, all these third world countries, you see, I mean, yeah, they might suck. I may not have as much money or anything like that, but you see the values of community. You see the values of all these students and all these people, like, really. I mean, I'm not gonna say that poverty ain't no joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, I got family that we, like, literally coming from Africa, like, boom, that opened so much. But how can we have that same idea of appreciation, especially in this world that's going so fast? You know?
Yeah.
Now, my last question for you, bro, is what do you want your legacy to be?
Man, my legacy? Whew. I guess I want to see it as a point of just giving. At the end of the day, if you don't give, you're not going to get anything back. So just creating this whole idea, or this whole thought of process, where in order to move forward in the future, you have to give back a small percentage, and just having that optimistic vibe, that positive energy, making sure everyone around you smiles, as cheesy as it sounds, just giving out positive energy, man. It doesn't hurt to be happy, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make this real quick. This is my last segment of the show because we're coming up with the time limit for the recording. Speak Life. Bro, Fahim, you have been one of my best friends since 6th grade, and I'm so grateful for everything that you've done, for all the wisdom, for all the game, for how you've always been putting people on, that positive energy, bro. It has been nothing but big, big love to who you are, who you've created, man, and I'm just so grateful that I'm still getting a chance to be able to vibe and do life and walk in life with somebody with an open mind. We always have great engaging conversations, and always being able to really just learn and feed off of each other, and hopefully making our world better, a better place. And then after that, people will be inspired to make their world a better place. And then after that, it continues to pour out to making the world a better place. So, man, I love you, bro. I'm so grateful. Thank you for being part of the podcast.
Hey, say less. I pray for your prosperity and your success, bro. Hey, I'm telling you, episode 216, you're gonna come back. I'm calling it right now. You're gonna make it big, bro.
Likewise, bro. Thank you, bro. Likewise. Anyway, y'all, we are out. Episode 216 with my boy Fahim. We are done. We out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, was that a